So Keffals and TheQuartering have been arguing for the past couple of days, and the argument's been pretty bad. Keffals is a trans streamer who talks about political issues, and TheQuartering is a YouTuber who talks about political issues and issues that go on YouTube. But he's more so made a shift towards political issues as Elon Musk bought Twitter, and from that time on he's mainly focused on political stuff, and from time to time has called out people on YouTube, and that's what led to this drama. He made a video about Keffals and called her a crybaby, which is a word that I used in my own title because I thought it pretty much fit who Keffals was pretty well.
No one in your entire life has ever loved you. They all pretended to like you. Leave this place. You're not welcome here.
So after this video came out, Keffals came out with a tweet that said, "Hey, at TheQuartering, I watched your stupid video about me and saw that you called me a groomer. I'd love for you to come on my stream and defend your position. I don't think you've had any significant pushback to your childish outlook on trans people before. DMs are open." So part of the reason she got called a groomer by TheQuartering is because of a Discord server called Catboy Ranch. Now, Catboy Ranch had a lot of weird stuff going on in it, and I'm not going to get into that because there's no actual proof that Keffals was, being predatory. It was just weird, sort of off the wall kind of stuff. But again, as far as I know, none of the people in there were a couple screenshots of someone claiming to be a minor, but there is no proof that those screenshots came from Catboy Ranch. Again, it's just a weird server, right? Nothing predatory as far as I can tell. Keffals came out with another tweet that said, "He dropped the grift and DM'd me, basically admitting that he's calling me a groomer to signal to his audience for money. Wish you the best. Nothing personal. Hope you make tons of cash. I don't do streams/debates." So for him to say, "Oh, it's nothing personal," it's already kind of weird. I don't even know what's going on there, and we're gonna get more into that later because this whole thing, you're sort of seeing the beginning strands of a web, and then as we go in, it's gonna become more of a tangled web of people claiming like deep fakes were whipped up and things of all types of natures and stuff. But right now, I'm just gonna focus on the tweet that I just talked about. So right off the bat, these messages are really easy to fake, right? So it's weird enough from the jump. I can't verify any at all at this point, just the way that things are starting to shape up. I mean, like I mentioned deepfakes just now, things are so easy to fake. Margaret Robbie was just deepfaked like for an entire TikTok page for like a good week before anyone caught it because it was just such a good deepfake. Robert Pattinson, Tom Cruise, it's happened so many times because people just have more and more access to this technology. I feel like in 5 years we're gonna see like videos of like popular creators saying crazy slurs, and it's just gonna be fake. TheQuartering finally responded to Keffals. Now, TheQuartering at one point just deleted all of his tweets. He said it was because of mass reports, which is probably true because Keffals has a whole army that like whenever she tweets will just go back her up anywhere. That's how she ratios people. That's like her main weapon and claim to fame. TheQuartering says, "Open up our DMs on Steam and show that I sent it. You can't. Why the F would I debate a liar and a fraud? You should chill on this stuff. Twitch frowns on harassment. It was fun till you decided to flat out lie. Focus on shilling hormone blockers to kids." So this is where the groomer stuff gets another layer onto it. Keffals is a big proponent of DIY HRT, so do-it-yourself hormone replacement therapy. Now, this is very weird, just in my eyes. I'm not like a person who's against trans people, trans rights. I'll just say it now, but I am not supportive of kids changing their hormones because they're kids, and that's weird. So Keffals came out and said, "I'm proud to announce that I'm sponsoring the DIY HRT directory. Healthcare is a human right and no one should be denied gender-affirming care because anti-trans extremists in office deny trans people their rights. This directory has saved lives and will continue to in the future." And we look at one of the screenshots. It says, "This website intends to teach transgender people how to safely perform DIY hormone replacement therapy." I'm not going to read the rest, but I'll leave it up for like 10 more seconds so you can just pause and read it for yourself. This is something that I'm personally just not comfortable with, and I wouldn't be comfortable with promoting to people. I'm not a doctor, and neither is Keffals. I think it's weird to prescribe or DIY hormones to anybody at all. Like, I understand like trans kids who don't have like supportive parents and what that can do to them, but still, like, you're again not a doctor, and when you come out and do these things, it just can really harm people. What if they overdose on stuff that you sent them? It's really weird. Now, TheQuatering came out and actually called her a groomer for this. Keffals said, "The scum of the earth might call me a groomer for it, but if a minor approaches me and asks how to transition, I will point them to resources to help them do it. I'm going to transgender your children. Try to stop me." At least they admit to grooming. Titan of grooming, maybe. So it's just a weird thing to say. Like, I don't think she's grooming people because she wants them to transition.
And I'm gonna keep giving money to the DIY Hub. We are going to get hormones to minors. I don't give a fuck what this piece of shit thinks.
I've never understood that argument at all. If I'm missing something, please let me know, right? Because I'd rather be told and corrected than like peddle something that's completely false. I don't even know what would make her a groomer in this case at all. Like, maybe because she's changing kids' bodies indirectly by peddling this stuff. I think it's wrong to peddle this stuff, but I don't think it's my place to call somebody a groomer because of that. She's even come out on stream and showed a clip of TheQuartering talking about the age of consent and a certain case of statutory "I don't need to finish that sentence." I'm going to play it for you and we're going to talk about it for a bit.
What is the age of consent? What should it be in your mind? Go on record.
I support whatever law is in place in your current residence. You know,
It's a cop-out, isn't it?
Let's get a real case. Asia Argento, right?
So for someone who's always trying to talk like they're the protector of kids and they're always looking out for kids, for you to say something like this and not take a stance like, oh, the age of consent should be 18 or the age of consent should be 25 or whatever, just being like, oh, wherever it is in your place of living is fine. That's weird, especially when you're trying to call out people for grooming and you're acting all like you are in it for the children and you're looking out for the children of America and all over the world. It's just odd.
Argento, you guys, Bearing, you familiar with this? She, allegedly groomed a 14-year-old boy and then fucked him when he was 17. Now,
how old she?
She was like almost 40 at that point.
Oh, fuck.
Well, she had also worked with him when he was like a 8-year-old or a 9-year-old boy in some Hollywood set.
Why are we focused on that?
Well, no, I'm just trying to take it's a really long example of how I feel. Well, it's hard to say like every 17-year-old boy is created equal, right? But I'm saying like Asia Argento was in her 40s. She fucked a 17-year-old, and the age of consent in California is 18. So she technically broke the law. Do I view her as a fucking disgusting child predator? No, I don't.
In all seriousness, though, if she groomed him from the time he was 14, I think it is a pretty disgusting crime. If she was 40, I can understand if she was 19 and he was 17. I mean, that happens. But 40 and she's groomed him since 14. No, that's fucked.
Chastised.
But isn't that fucked up, right? Like if I'm 16 and let's say a 24-year-old woman, you know, I'm at some like a music festival and some 24-year-old fucks me, it's really hard for me to view that as like a predatory situation. I'm like, yeah.
You know, I'd say as a person who's in this age range, I get it. You know, I wouldn't mind. I'm a MILF connoisseur, okay? I don't think that I would particularly hate it if Jennifer Lopez took a certain liking towards me, but it's wrong. Like, you know, as much as I like joke around with my friends and stuff, like, it's still weird and wrong if like a 40-year-old or a 50-year-old woman was to be into me, right? Because I'm a teenager, and that's just not a normal thing. It's against the law, and it's against most people's morals.
In the Asa Argento situation, she absolutely knew how old he was. And then, like, I mean...
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about... I was talking about your example scenario of a 24-year-old chick fucking 16. If she knew that guy was 16, yeah, that's fucked. She's committed a crime.
But if you're 16 and you get that pussy, do you feel like a victim?
Now, mainly all that he said in this clip is really illustrated the double standards when it comes to things like this. You know, Joe Rogan's talked about it, Optimus has talked about it, pretty much everyone's talked about it, how like it's different with a guy and a girl, because I guarantee you if he was talking about a girl and an older guy, he'd have a completely different tone. That's just the way it is. It sucks. It shouldn't be like that, but that's just the way it is. Again, really unfortunate, but that's just for some reason how the culture is. That's how people have been sort of taught, and that's just how they feel about certain things for whatever reason. So after this little groomer fight, there was a clip that surfaced from Keffals' stream, and it seems a little odd. So we're gonna take a look at that.
Can someone just like send me like exactly what my fake DM said? See, like, you can make it say anything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it kind of does though.
Yeah.
Like it kind of does. Like this isn't.
Sorry I'm late. I was watching Top Gun. I'll be on the stream in 20 minutes. Okay, hold on.
Oh, this is not good.
Sorry I'm late. I was watching Top Gun. I'll be on the stream in 20 minutes. Boom. All right, he told me to pull it up on pull it up on stream. So if anyone can like clip this, I would appreciate it. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Oh no, I just leaked all my fucking DMs. This is bad. This is bad. Okay, hold on. There. Okay.
So TheQuartering has came out and said, oh, here's Keffals literally faking the DM. Like, we caught her red-handed, guys. Like, this is top tier evidence. And then Keffals came out and she was like, oh, this is a deep fake. Honestly, it seems legit, but I don't know. I'm not willing to take anybody's side in this one. This is like watching Scorpion and Vulture fight, and you're like a Spider-Man fan as a kid. You don't want either of them to win. This is the same situation here. Really, this has sort of devolved into a silly cat fight. You know, Keffals came out and said that TheQuartering said he was going to be on her stream, and he just wasn't, even though he said that he doesn't do streams and debates. It's really weird. It's just completely devolved. Neither of them have even started to win any type of argument, because neither of them have presented any type of argument. They're sort of just taking swipes at each other and hoping that the other one just quits or gets bullied into submission. It's just really annoying at this point. Funnily enough, Ethan Klein reached out to Keffals, and he's not such a big fan of TheQuartering, so that was pretty much to be expected. I'm sure he'll be talking about it today on his podcast, like, TheQuartering is such a transphobe. That'll probably be his title. I'm calling it now. TheQuartering is a transphobe. That'll be a podcast highlight title, and I guarantee you TheQuartering will either respond today or tomorrow and be like, YouTube's breaking its TOS by letting Ethan Klein be on the platform, even though they banned him like twice in the past like 6 or so months. They don't care about the TOS if you're a real big creator, even though he's like on the same level as Ethan. It's weird. What sucks about this whole beef is that it wasn't even funny. Like, sometimes beefs just completely dissolve into these ugly cat fights that are just not enjoyable at all to anybody. I mean, let's even look at Ethan versus Keemstar. That's not fun at all anymore. Like, the first little bits where they were like yelling at each other over Twitter, that was funny, but now they just take random pot shots at each other, and they're both about to turn 40, and they both make fun of each other for being old. It's just ridiculous. Now hopefully Keffals versus TheQuartering does not turn into that, because that would be insanely worse. Because I think that Keemstar and Ethan Klein are a little bit more mature than Keffals and TheQuartering are. And I feel like I would see so many videos of them calling each other out, and it would just annoy me so much. So yeah, really this whole thing is about me. But on a serious note, it's just such a waste of time to give somebody else this much negative energy. Like, I understand that you think that you're fighting for a worthy cause, but at the same time, you gotta take into account that oftentimes fights like this don't help either side. Like, again, bringing up Ethan Klein and Keemstar, they fought for so long, neither side had budged at all, and they just repeatedly insult each other. And they're probably going to do that for the rest of their internet lives until either Keemstar finds another host for Drama Alert, or the H3H2 podcast runs out of steam, and then they'll just be done with it. And then hopefully with TheQuartering and Keffals, either TheQuartering will just stop talking to her, because at this point it's in Keffals' best interest to keep this type of drama going, because it boasts her name. I mean, again, how did she come into the public eye? She got Destiny banned off of Twitter and allegedly Twitch. So the more drama that this girl gets herself into, the more and more her public legend, quote unquote, will increase, and the more money she'll make. I mean, last week she was at like 19k on YouTube, and now she's at 20.1, which isn't like a huge increase, but that's still 1,000 more people that are subscribed to her on YouTube, and that's not even her main thing. Her main thing's Twitch. I guarantee you she's probably got more than double that increase over on Twitch. So at this point, she'll probably even be on H3H3. And I can't even knock the hustle. I think she's wrong a lot of the time. I don't think that her ratios or her DIY HRT really helps people, but she feels like she's making a genuine difference in the world, and she's making probably good money because she's streaming all of the time. Her name keeps getting out there. I'm talking about her for like the 4th time in 2 months. Clearly she's doing something right. I think I'm gonna end it off there, because if I keep going, I'm gonna get circular. Thank you all for watching. I really and truly appreciate it. If you have any constructive criticism, drop it down in the comments below. I love reading anybody and everyone's comments. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.